This is going to be your new favorite cozy fantasy, and I cannot wait for it to be in your hands. Hello everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Hi, hello. Welcome to the start of the second half of this editing extravaganza of May, I guess. I have been, if you did not see part 1, go watch that. I have been editing my third cozy fantasy that's coming out August 14th called A Favored Fey. It is the third in a trilogy of standalones, including a second story and A Little Luck. Those are both out in the world. They came out in 2023. This one is coming out this year. It's taken me a long time to get here, but I am here now. I have put myself on strict deadlines, my friends. So it's May, it's editing month, and in the first part of this 2 series, I guess, I had my printed off manuscript. I reread through all 125,000 words of this bad boy, made myself a plan, read through my beta reader feedback, and started this editing journey. And I believe I had finished part 1 and 2 when I last talked to you, which is fantastic. I think we were sitting at about 49,000 words. As of today, which is officially May 25th, I took off a couple days from vlogging, but I did not take off days from editing. Let me tell you why. I did take a day off because I edited like 17,000 words on Tuesday or something, so the next day I just took a break. And then yesterday, on Wednesday, I don't know, man, I edited a shit ton of words, 17,000 words in one sitting, and then I took the next day off, and then past couple days I've done 11,000 words yesterday, and today I'm sitting at 10,886 words so far edited. And so overall in the draft, we are now sitting at 71,345 words, which we're cruising. We are almost at the end of part 3. Yeah. We are cruising, my friends. We are officially over halfway through this. Just. Because we're on page 143, my eyes are failing me, of 255 pages. So, and as a reminder, yes, this draft is 125,000 words. Formatted in paperback form, it's going to be over 460 pages, but because I was printing this and I wanted to save as much paper as I could, I shrunk this to 11-point font, single-spaced, double-sided, printed through Scrivener, and it ended up being 255 pages. So to give you any, some scope, yesterday when I was editing those 11,000 words, I got through 18 pages. 18 pages was 11,000 words. So that's how tight this is packed. But we're doing good. I think we're cruising. And I have a very tight timeline because it is currently May 24th, Saturday, technically May 25th because it's past midnight, but it's May 24th in my head. And I have until the 30th, essentially, to get things done, because the 31st is a day that I have like completely blocked off because I have my students' concerts all day, and then I have my friend's bachelorette party in the evening. So there's no way that I'm going to get any work done then. And I've told my friend Yeleni I will have it to her by the 1st of June. So if all else fails, I will use the 1st of June to do whatever last minute stuff I need. But I would love to have this done the Friday, May 30th. This Friday. I would love to have this done by this Friday. So we have the 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, and the 30th. We have 6 days left to get this done. We're in part 3. Just at the end of it, and I'm really hoping to finish the end of it tonight, before I go to bed. We have part 4 and part 5 to edit through, which will probably, hopefully, be done tomorrow. Tomorrow is an interesting one because I have book club and dinner with mom and dad, but I can work around that a little bit. But that is where we are at, my friends. That is the update for where we are with editing the second round of edits on A Favored Fey. I say second round because we did a big round between draft 1 and 2, and now we're kind of going into draft 3, I guess. It's hard. It gets harder after this point to say that I'm doing full drafts, because at this point I'm just doing revision rounds on the same draft. So I guess, no, this one is draft 3, because I am freshly drafting this in a brand new like little scene thing. So yeah, okay, draft 3. Anyways, that's where we are. That is what's happening. Buckle up, friends, because we got 6 days to finish this draft and get it ready to go off to my editor and my beautiful friend Yeleni so that she can help me make this beautiful. Wonderful. Let's do this. It is officially May 28th, and we are sitting at 101,593 words in A Favored Fey Draft 3. I am in part 4 still, and I'm starting to suspect there might only be 4 parts in this story. Just from the way things are shaping up, I think part 4 is the last part. Trying to break it any further is proving to be a little tricky. And I think I kind of felt this from the beginning of writing this book, because whenever I tried to split this book into parts, as I was doing with A Second Story and A Little Luck, it just didn't want to past part 3, 4. It was very tricky to see the arcs. And now, thankfully, I do see like the kind of individual arcs in each of the parts. And I'm starting to think that part 4 and 5 don't need to exist. They can just be one part. Interesting. It's been an interesting few days. I have done so much heavy lifting in this book, just carving through words, slicing them and dicing them here and there. I'm very happy with the way this is looking so far. And once again, I have done so much like moving chapters around. I ended up moving something that was in part 4. I mentioned it in my reading vlog this past weekend, I guess, where I took a chapter, a scene that I had written that I had originally planned for it to be like the midpoint of the story, because it felt like such an emotional moment that I was like, that's a really good midpoint. I think it does a good job there. But when I was actually writing draft 2, that scene just kept getting pushed later and later and later, and ended up being in the last like 30% of the book, or 40% of the book, or something like that. So it wasn't the midpoint anymore. It got pushed way off kilter. And then I got my beta reading edits from Allie back. She mentioned that scene, which is something that we were texting while she was reading the book originally, and she had mentioned a couple things, like she wanted more Zanvi shifter stuff, she wanted to see like Mary discover that he's a shifter, all this kind of stuff. And I told her, I was like, wait until you get to this scene, because in my head, I love that scene so deeply, and in my head it had a bigger impact than I think it did. And when I read her notes afterwards, she mentioned that it didn't quite hit the way she thought it was going to. It felt just a little mid, which hurt, but I see what she means. It wasn't in the right spot, I don't think. So then I took that and I put it up back for the midpoint, and I think it just works so much better. So we love that. Yeah, it's just a lot of like yanking chapters, fixing, putting them together, just making things nice and not necessarily tight, but just making the flow of the chapters nicer. I'm actually quite surprised that the chapters in this one are a little longer than A Little Luck and A Second Story's chapters, but they're still shorter chapters, so don't you worry. I always aim for shorter chapters. I will never, barring some weird change of mind, I will never give you these like 20, 30 page long chapters, okay? My chapters are always fairly snappy, and I like to keep them that way, because that's just how I like books to move, especially when I'm writing them. And if I have a chapter that is overly long, I feel it when I'm writing. So it is something that I would need to split up between 2 chapters if it's a long scene or whatever. Anyways, so that is how things have been going. I'm quite happy with how everything is panning out. I also ended up deciding to already start putting things into Atticus in my formatting software, and updating what I had previously put into the formatting software with the new content, because literally the second I send this to Yeleni, I'm going to be getting myself an arc of this book so that I have something physical to read through for the next edit through. And also, like, I want to see that cover in person. I just desperately want to hold it physically. I want to see how big it's going to be, all that kind of stuff. So that is the plan. That's what I'm going to do. I might end up, I'm looking at like chapter lengths of the first part of this. I might end up squishing things a little bit different, because I think part 1 has a lot of chapters that are my usual length of chapters, which is incongruous with the second and third part and now 4th part of this book. So I might have to go back through and like finagle a few things that way. We'll see. But for now, we're cruising 101,000 words. And, oh, sweetness. We have a little lady here who is so cozy. What are you doing, little one? Oh my goodness me. She's so cozy on the words. I am so close to the end. So close to the end. It is Wednesday. I need this to be done by Friday so that I have Saturday and Sunday this weekend, because Saturday is my really, really busy day. And then Sunday, I know I'm going to want to do absolutely nothing. So if all I have to do on Sunday is get it formatted and sent to my friend, that's perfectly fine. I don't want to think about things on Sunday. So tonight, it is already midnight on Wednesday. I'm going to try to get through another chapter. And then tomorrow, as much as I can. And then Friday as well, as much as I can. That is the plan of action, my friends. We are in the home run. We are in the home run stretch of A Favored Fey. Let's see how many, words this is actually going to be. Because draft 2 was 125,000 words. So we'll see what this one's at. This one's already at 101. So we shall see, we shall see. But yeah, and that's the update. Let's crack it through, guys. Let's get through this. It is officially May 29th, technically May 30th, because it is 1:40 in the morning, and I'm done my edits. I am done my edit round. I feel so warm. I feel so warm in my chest. I'm fucking done. Oh my god. Oh my god. I did not anticipate finishing this tonight. But I'm glad I did, because tomorrow I can take to format this and get it to my friend a little early. And then this weekend I can just relax and enjoy Saturday, which is gonna be my crazy day. And then Sunday I can just do nothing. Oh my god. This ending, I didn't do much to it, even though one of my beta readers said that the ending felt rushed. Because I don't see what feels rushed. I don't. I think I paced it pretty okay. I think. We'll see. We'll see if Yeleni has anything to say about it, but wow. So I ended up adding 3,000 words. And I still kept to part 5. I ended up deciding to, because otherwise part 4 and 5 would be so many thousands of words. Because part 4 is 27,000 words. Yeah. Part 4 and 5 together is 44,000 words. So that, if that was just one part, that would be way too much. Apologies. It's hot in here as well. I'm kind of sweating a lot. But, guys, I fucking did it. I fucking did it. Draft 3 is sitting at 128,497 words. Part 1 is called The Keeper of the Lines. Part 2 is Dust and Journals. Part 3 is Spring. Part 4 is Haloed in Gold, which is also the first chapter name. Maybe I should change that. Maybe I'm going to call part 4 Unrest, because that makes sense. Unrest. And then part 5 is going to be Zanvi of My Heart. Because of reasons. The feeling I got at the end of this book is so similar to the way that a second story made me feel at the end when I hit these points in these moments. I really like what I did with this book. Oh goodness gracious, I had a great time. Wow. So I added 3,000 words. That's not what I intended to do. I was like, oh, let me shrink this a little. No. No, that's not what happened at all. Oh lordy, lordy, lordy. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Wow, I'm so warm. Oy. It's hot in here. Oh my god. I did it. I did it. I did my second round of edits in May. And as I was doing the past couple days, I started doing the chapter headings and part images, drawing them, which is turning to be an incredible pain, because I don't know if you guys remember or if I've even really said, but my iPad is incredibly old. I noticed last year that I think I really noticed when I did a drawing I think around this time for my parents of the cabin for their anniversary and for mom's birthday and all that kind of stuff. I noticed that my iPad and Apple Pencil weren't working well together anymore. And I thought it was the Apple Pencil's fault. I went through all the hullabaloo testing things, trying to see if it was maybe the way I was holding my pencil. I don't know. Got a new Apple Pencil. I still have those issues. They're getting worse too. Not happy about it. Because it's making doing these doodles and illustrations that I do in my books extremely difficult to do. I'm also gonna have to redo the Aramount map, because the map in the front of A Second Story and a Little Luck does not show where Mary's cottage is. And that's like the most important thing to add to a map in this book, because we're in Mary's cottage a lot. So I need to expand that, which should be fun. I need to figure out how to do that on my iPad and just struggle my way through it. But also my computer, all of my technology is dying around me. My computer keeps giving me a warning that I need to service the battery. And I Googled how much that would be. It's like $400 to service the battery. I don't have that to do that. So we're just gonna hope that my computer doesn't die on me in any kind of way. But I can tell that the battery's like shot as fuck because it drains so fast, and it just, yeah, it's bad. It's pretty shot, which is unfortunate. So we're just gonna eventually need to, you know, replace the technology in this house, or fix it at least with this. I mean, my iPad is so old. I got it in second year of university, and iPad tech does not last that long. I mean, any technology just doesn't last that long. But I think as I was saying, I was doing those drawings, and I was also at the same time throwing in the new pieces of like chapters, the new chapters and stuff into Atticus, my formatting software. So I was doing that at the same time, which makes life nice and easy. For the chapter headers and part images, I have done so far. Come on, Procreate. Let's go. This is taking obscenely long. Why? Why is it loading so freaking slowly? What's going on, brother? It like won't let me do anything with the drawing. I want to like zoom in so I can show you things, but everything is very blurry and it's like trying to load it in. Procreate, my brother, what's taking you so long? The fuck? I guess it's just not gonna load completely. That's great. We love that. Anyways, I've got a mortar and pestle and a couple herb bundles, and then I've got couple different things of greenhouses that I'm deciding between which one I like best. I got a cup of tea, and then I got a bundle of herbs that I'm gonna do as well. All very thematic. Oh, and there's also, I would show you, but there's a stack of journals in this page hidden somewhere because I've hidden that image when I was drawing. But wow, Procreate's just taking for fucking ever. I don't know why it's not working. Ay. Let's see if it does it for some other. I guess it's just today. I think it's just Procreate being stupid. Anyways, so those are some of the chapter headings and part images that you'll be able to see in the actual book. I think probably now I'm gonna see how many pages this is gonna be in total. So I'm gonna load this into Atticus. I'm gonna load the last however many chapters it was into Atticus. And then we will calculate page count, roughly. I gotta do a glossary too, but a glossary and a character list, but that should be fine. And we'll see. We'll see how many, and acknowledgements, and about the author. I'm trying to remember like all the back matter stuff, and we'll see how long this book is. So let me do that. It is now 3 a.m. and I've moved to my work computer because Atticus on my home computer was not working very well. Turns out Atticus is just not working very well at all today. I've been trying to export the PDF for 30 minutes and it's just not exporting. Don't love that. I'm gonna try again tomorrow. Hopefully something is fixed. And I will try, I guess if it doesn't work, I will probably have to email Atticus support to see what the fuck is happening, because I need to be able to export my PDFs. I don't even know if I can export my EPUBs, actually. Let's try. Exporting EPUB. Oh, yeah. It exports the EPUBs just fine. It's the PDFs that don't work. It, like, loads for a second, and then, like, the little download button never appears, even though I sit and wait for like 10 minutes to see if it fixes itself, and it just doesn't work. So Love that for me. It also is just not telling me how many pages it is, which I'm a little concerned over. Because as I was filling things in, I was like, oh yeah, and I also have the extra chapter, I have the glossary, the character list, yeah, the acknowledgements, all of this in the back. I'm like, this is probably going to be over 500 pages. That's fucking insane. That's fucking insane. But anyways, I will report back when something is fixed, because I do have to go to bed, because it's, you know, Friday tomorrow. I still work tomorrow, so yay for ruining my sleep schedule even more. I have a very sleepy kitten right next to me sleeping on a Sobeys bag, which is very cute. No, it's not a Sobeys bag, it's a Dollarama bag. We'll deal with that tomorrow. We'll see. Hi friends, apologies for the air conditioner. I just wanted to pop in because I am still fighting with Atticus to fucking export this. So, okay, I ended up trying again this morning, wondering if it was just a random bug on their website, trying to export it again. I ended up leaving the export tab open while I showered and nothing was fixed. So I was like, great, wonderful, okay. Because I was like, maybe it's just taking forever to load? I don't know. And so I ended up just emailing the support and they sent back, it sounds like there's something not fitting correctly on the pages. And I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense because there are no images in this document yet, but there will be because I haven't put any. I think the only thing I've put in is the Rivar map, and that was a direct copy paste from my previous 2 books. And you know what's also funny is that I tried to export A Little Luck and it didn't want to export either, but it has previously and I haven't changed anything in it. So we're gonna go, they sent me this whole troubleshooting how-to kind of webpage, so I'm going through that now. I'm clicking through every single chapter to see if there's an issue and where it is, if there is one. So that's how I'm spending my Friday afternoon. I just thought I'd pop in and update you guys on that, because what doesn't make sense is that I tried to also export A Little Luck, which I have exported before perfectly fine, and I have not changed a single thing in that document since, and now it does not want to export either. So I'm thinking it's an issue with Atticus and not with my books, but we're gonna go through this and we're gonna see, and then we will email them back when I need more help because I have a feeling it's not my shit and I have a feeling it's Atticus, which is annoying. Anyways, that's the update. That is where I am. This is where I'm at. I'm just troubleshooting, you know, as one does. Waiting for the side thing to load completely, like that. She loaded. And then we click into the next chapter and we do the same thing. And we just wait for it to render completely, give it a little moment to render, and then we keep going. I will report back. Okay. It is 4:30 now. I think I found the problem. And I think the problem is literally everything that I implemented yesterday. So I am now just going through testing those chapters to see if they load at all to render on the side. And so far it's been a no, a no, a no, and a no. So we're just gonna slowly delete them as I'm going through if they don't render. And I will then re-put them in. Because there's a way apparently to copy paste without any formatting, so that'll just be the words, and then I will go back through if I have any like italics or anything that I need to add in and implement that after. Annoying, but at least it's not sending me to get a new formatting software because I don't want to do that. I enjoy Atticus quite a bit, even though it is a bitch to run. It is slow as fuck and it's just not great. It's just not great. It runs so fucking slow and glitchy and stuff like that. But you know what? It works. It puts together nice books in the end. So that's all I can ask for. All right, Time, Sunshine, and Rain is also not loading. She not rendering at all. No, I think actually the Scholar was the last one that worked properly. So anyways, we'll update again. This is just turning into, instead of editing hours with Jen, it's turning into the formatting diaries. and like trying to figure out the issues. But I do also have to leave in a little bit, because in like a couple minutes here, because I am going to a book event with my friend Sophia. So I will come back and deal with this again later, but I still can't believe I finished this last night. It's so nice. I have a couple extra days to get everything lined up and ready and finished for June, and then I can let June start, be wonderful, and enjoy my friend's wedding. I can be very chill and do less. And God, guys, I just want to, I want to do all the fiddly bits. Like, I really just want to be working on like the internal photo, like images and stuff like that, even though my iPad is driving me nuts. This is just technology fighting back. That's all it is technology fighting back. Oh my God, the other day I also opened up my computer to like write this one, and it opened up with a like pixelated, it looked almost like gingham, but like really zoomed out. And I panicked because I thought my computer was dead. And I was like, I sat there for a solid 30 seconds while I was waiting for my computer to like fix its shit. And I was just like, no, because I have so much work on my computer. Yes, I save everything to the cloud. It's all fine, but I was immediately panicking because I don't need that in my life. But she's fine, she's good, and we have a new void sticker on her, because of course we do. I just need my technology to last me through this book, and then I will figure it out. That's where we're at. I think I found the problems. I think I found them all, potentially. We'll see. Hey friends, it has been a long time since I've last talked to you for this vlog, but we're coming in to officially close this one out. I not only have sent off this book, and it has been with my friend for 24 days now, so it is going to be edited. She did ask for an extension because her life is crazy bananas right now, and like school stuff is kicked off, life stuff is kicked off for her because she's getting her master's, so she has an extra 11 days. She's gonna get it back to me by July 11th, so I have like just over a month to get it. Not really, I have a couple weeks at least to get it like polished and ready for publication in August. But so it is with my friend. I have also formatted everything together. I did it originally just with my own back spread before I gave it to my cover artist so that they could then give me the full spread, which I now have. Going through this was a proof without any of my like inside doodles, and now this one has all of the inside doodles except one. There was one chapter where it didn't go through, which is very odd, and it like didn't show up on the formatting, so I guess I just missed one. Just one. There was no little chapter header, which is annoying, but I was like, excuse me, you know, a chapter header like that. I've also gone through this proof and flagged all of the different things that I need to remember for the character list in the back and the glossary in the back, because I need to actually update that. So all of, like, you know, I always have a glossary in the back of my books if you're curious about that. I've also decided, because there is an extra chapter in this book, I've included Borrowed Trousers reprised from Zanvi's point of view, because originally when I was editing this for the second, like, over for the second time, like the second round of edits, I changed Borrowed Trousers from Zanvi's point of view into Mary's point of view, but I really like it in Zanvi's point of view as well, so I was like, I'll just add that in at the back as like an extra thing. But I've decided, instead of having it like at the end of the book, because this is the last page of the book, I'm gonna put it after the acknowledgements. So there's gonna be, like, you know, the actual end of the book, then the acknowledgements, and then the Borrowed Trousers, and then all like the glossaries and stuff, and then my about the author page. So I just need to reorder that a little bit. But yeah, we've got officially a formatted proof. I have read through it already, and I found some little changes and all that kind of stuff that I need to do that I caught just as I was skimming. Once I have Yelene's edits back, I also need to do this map. I need to redo the Aramount map, because the Rivar map is perfect and whatever, but I need to redo the Aramount map, because the last Aramount map that I have is just the town. It's just the town, right? So this is great. This is a fantastic map. I love this map. But the majority of this book takes place in Mary's cottage, which is not on this map because it is beyond, it's like up here in the like forest area around Arrowmount. So I need to redo this, somehow shrink it and move it down just a little and then add in forest barrier and stuff like that so you can see where Mary's cottage is, because otherwise this map doesn't really work for this book. So I need to do that still, but everything else is done. I just need to get the edits back from Yelity and then implement the edits and then do a round of edits myself. And I have plans to, as I'm doing a final edit of this, a final read through, I'm going to be recording the audiobook at the same time so that I can also have the audiobook ready around the same time, if not that same day. That's a big ask for myself because I also need to then edit the audiobook and get it ready. But I think I took like an audiobook seminar that was offered through Atticus, which is my formatting software. Sometimes they have fun like webinars and stuff that bring in different experts, and this guy was an audiobook expert, and a lot of the stuff that he was saying I already knew because I had done a lot of research on audiobooks and how to like, you know, create them. But he did give great pointers on what kind of microphone to get, so I updated my microphone. I got a fresh new one, and he said like one of the easiest ways to do that is then, you know, do the final read through. So that is the plan. I am going to try and record the audiobook for this book at the same time as I'm doing a final read through. And I think that's also going to be great for me in that final read through to make sure everything is perfect, you know, because I also want to then record the audiobook for a second story and A Little Luck as well. And I think it's going to be a good sense of how that's gonna work. This is also going to be definitely the longest audiobook I have, but anyways, that's a little thing that I have to update you on. There is going to be an audiobook for this hopefully very soon within the release of the actual like physical book and ebook. I just need to actively get those final edits, do them, have that all ready, and then do a final read through as I am recording and like acting it out. So fingers crossed that that goes smoothly. Fingers crossed that my voice doesn't die, because it is also extremely smoky here because of all the fires in northern Manitoba. So hopefully that doesn't all, you know, wreck everything. But I've got a brand new microphone that is going to be even better than the one that I had, because the one that I had is this like Razer Mini that I was using for any of my podcast appearances and like gaming that I used to do on Twitch and stuff like that. So I've been using this Razer Mini and it's been great, but in doing that like audiobook seminar thing that was presented by Atticus, we found out that there is a specific kind of mic, I think a condenser mic, is that what it's called? That like catches a lot of sound. And like the best for recording voiceovers and audiobooks, according to this guy, is a different kind of mic. And a lot of different experts say the same thing because I did my research afterwards. So I got a better mic. Hopefully the sound is going to be good. I did a lot of research into what kind of mic I wanted to pick up. I'm going to get the box so I can show you what it is. But that's the plan. It is a PM1 podcast dynamic microphone. He said the dynamics were better than a condenser microphone or whatever the other ones are called, simply because like this is meant for podcasting and recording and gaming and stuff like that. So this is the Feel World one. It is a USB connector, which is great. It also has an XLR connector, but I'm not going to get into all that fancy stuff. I'm just recording through a computer, which is going to be interesting because then I'm going to have to refigure out how to edit these sound clips properly through whatever the free thing is on here that I can't remember the name of. I just want to say Atticus, but it's not Atticus. I don't remember what it's called. Audacity, that's what it's called. Through Audacity, because that is the best like editing software. It's also free, so we love that. But yeah, so this brings us basically to the end of this editing vlog. So it was the second half of editing the second round of A Favored Fey, getting it to my friend, which it is now in her hands and she's editing it. And now I have the full spread. Full spread is ready to go. We've got it. Also, look at the color difference between these two proofs. This one's so much brighter. It's kind of crazy. I don't know why, I don't know how that happened, but like the final files that Tessa gave me fire. I'm so obsessed with these. And it just shocks me every day to have a physical look at how much chunkier this is compared to my other two books. So if you're wondering what it's gonna look like on your shelves, that is what it's gonna look like. She's chunky. She's a full, at least 100 pages bigger than a Little Luck. They all match, the spines match. We love it. We love it. We truly love it. I am so excited about this. So officially the final file was, I believe, 508 pages. The book itself says 492 until the end of all of that, but to the end of the actual story, it's 470 pages long for A Favored Fey. So she's a chunky lady, and she's coming your way in 51 days from when I'm filming this, which is June 24th. So when you're getting this vlog, it's gonna be either 50 days or less than 50 days until you're getting this. The pre-orders are underway. You can already pre-order this on your ebook place of choice. Smashwords, Kobo, Kindle, it's everywhere. Barnes & Noble Press, it's in all the places. Paperbacks are underway with Ingram Spark. I have officially submitted everything for pre-order. So we are going to be in the next couple days getting like a proof of the book itself to like approve. So hopefully I can do that. And then once that happens, it takes weeks sometimes to like roll out into everything. So hopefully in July, everything is set and ready to go. As long as it's up in Ingram's site, you should be able to go to your local indie and pre-order it. But I will let you know when that is live and when it's starting to roll out. So stay tuned on all my socials because that's where it's gonna be. There probably will be one more editing vlog and writing vlog for A Favored Fey, which is going to happen once I get my edits back from Yeleni. And it's going to be a like speed massive edit. And then it's going to be me doing a final read through and editing and recording the audiobook. So I think that's gonna all be in one vlog. So stay tuned for that. This is going to be your new favorite cozy fantasy, and I cannot wait for it to be in your hands. I cannot wait. I truly think this is going to be y'all's favorite out of these three. Even though I love A Second Story and A Little Luck with all my heart, I just have a feeling about this one. I have a feeling that you guys are gonna love this one. A reclusive fae, a town guard, and the creature that brought them together. For the past few decades, Merowyn has created a life for herself tucked away in the forest bordering Aramount, surrounded by her lush garden and many creatures, both mundane and magical. She chose a life tasked with managing and balancing the magic flowing through the ley lines that have bundled themselves into powerful nexuses. Zanvi is a town guard perfectly content with his life. He has his friends, his job, despite hating one of his co-workers, and his somewhat secret shifter powers. One night on duty, Zanvi sees a bright light near Mary's cottage. He decides to investigate and finds Mary injured and a tiny unknown creature at her side. After Zanvi locks this creature in Mary's greenhouse, causing it to panic and to destroy nearly all of Mary's plant stores, Mary misses an essential ritual to keep the ley lines in balance. Zanvi offers to help repair her greenhouse. The two of them start unraveling the mysteries of this little creature, and they plan to fix the magic storming around the little seaside town of Aramount. All the while, they get to know one another and realize that there could be more to the life they already know. A Favored Fey, coming August 14th. I'm so excited to have this ready for you guys. I just, I'm itching at the bars on my cage. I just want to be editing this. I want to be like furthering it. So I'm so excited to get Yeleni's edits when she gives them back to me. I think this is going to be the best book yet with her help because she was so amazing with Mary and Bright. So I'm so excited. I'm so ready. Anyways, my friends, thank you so much for watching this kind of discombobulated editing vlog. It is finally here. Let me know down below how excited you are, and let me know down below if you go pre-order the ebook. There's a link in my link tree in the description if you want to go. There's like a link direct to the very first one is going to take you to an ebook page that is everything except for Kindle. And if you want to find it on Kindle, you can scroll down to the one that says order my books. Scroll a little bit until you see A Favored Fey's like thumbnail, and then there's different links there that you can go and click on in the ebook section to go pre-order that as well if you are a Kindle girly. So thank you so much for watching. I will catch you guys in another video very soon. Stay kind and keep on writing.